All right. Thank you. And welcome everyone to the show Money Talks, where all we talk is money. My name is Jeff Badu, and I'll be your host today. We're streaming live from the office today. We're actually not in the studio today. We're instead in the office. So welcome everyone. My name is Jeff Badu. I'm a parallel entrepreneur and a wealth multiplier. I'm the founder and CEO of Badu Enterprises, LLC, which is a multinational conglomerate in the finance industry. What we do is we provide a suite of financial services, including our marquee company, which is Badu Tax Services. And that's the firm that provides tax preparation, tax planning, and tax representation for individuals and businesses across all 50 states in the U.S. And we also have clients in all, basically that reside in over 25 countries at the moment. On top of that, we run a company called Badu Investments, LLC, where we invest and acquire apartment buildings, mainly on the south side of Chicago, in efforts to restore traditionally underserved communities. And we have Badu Life and Health Solutions, LLC, which is our life and health insurance company that provides life and health insurance products and solutions to individuals, families, and small businesses. Then we have the Badu Foundation, which provides financial literacy education to the youth ages 6 to 18. And we teach them on topics such as budgeting, saving, investing, and scholarships. My purpose in life is to inspire and support the super hungry to take hold of infinite resources in order to create an abundant lifestyle. With that being said, welcome everyone to the show Money Talks, where all we talk is money. And with that, we are streaming live today on Facebook and Instagram. If you don't mind liking, sharing, and also tagging a friend or two in the video, it's greatly appreciated. That way you can get this out to more people, and more people that you love and care about can get this valuable information. So every Monday at 7 p.m. Central, we come on live, whether it's Facebook, Instagram Live. Today we're streaming from the home office. We're actually not streaming from the studio, WGHC today. So we're actually streaming live from the office today. And that's why you see the JB in the background. Happy tax season, by the way. It is officially tax season. Badu Tax Services is more than happy to assist you with your tax needs. And yeah, just go to badutaxservices.com and we'll be more than happy to assist you with that. All right, today we're going to talk about how to create infinite wealth in the crypto market, right? Cryptocurrencies. You might have heard of Dogecoin. You might have heard of NFTs and, altcoins. We'll be talking about those things today. And so if you do have any questions, please feel free to type it in the chat. Any comments, type it in the chat. Happy President's Day, by the way. Happy President's Day, right? Shout out to all the presidents that have served this country. Definitely appreciate that. And so with that being said, let's start it off with a market report. Let's talk about what happened in the markets over the past 7 days. The major benchmark indexes closed last week lower. So the stock market was lower off the bat, just to let you know. Rising tensions over the Russia. So let me make sure that I'm giving you the correct report, actually. So it does look like, so this is always interesting because today is actually a holiday, right? Today's a holiday. So we actually don't get the market report until tomorrow, right? So tomorrow's when we get the updated market report. But to give you a quick recap based off what I know, in that the stock market pretty much went down last week, right? So we are still down essentially for the year. And it has been very, very disappointing. It has been very, very disappointing in the markets. And now they're talking about increasing interest rates, which will further basically reduce the market. It's basically going to hammer down the market a little bit. So all that to say, don't be afraid to invest. Right? What goes up sometimes comes down, right? But what comes down usually goes back up. And that analogy with the stock market, applies more in that what comes down usually goes up, right? Over the past 100 years, I believe there's only been 10 years where the stock market actually went down, right? Only 10 years. So with that being said, 90 out of 10, right? 9 out of 10 chance of increasing your money. I like those odds, right? That's something I'm willing to take a bet on. And you have people like Warren Buffett. You know, you have some of the big name billionaires invested into the market. So with those guys invested, you know how protective they are of their wealth. I'm like, why shouldn't you be invested into the market? So all that to say, please get invested, right? Please get into the market. Don't be afraid, right? Don't be afraid to take calculated risk. It's not a gamble. It is calculated risk, right? Don't be afraid to take calculated risk. So apologies for the report. We won't be having an updated report today because of President's Day. Our report usually comes out on the first business day of the week. And since today, Monday, is a holiday, that means that tomorrow, Tuesday, is when the report will come out for last week. So apologies for that. Just know the stock market is still down. It's still an opportunity for you to buy. If you're not in already, please get in. It's a great time to get in. And if you are already in, get in some more, right? Get your money working for you all day, every day. Money that's sleeping is not working. Money that's working is sleeping, and you don't want that. All right? You want your money to be working for you even when you are asleep. Speaking of making money work for you, my beautiful wife, Yvonne, and I will be hosting an event, Build a Multi-Generational Wealth in a Pandemic World, this Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central. This Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. Central via Zoom. All right, we'll be having a panel discussion about building multi-generational wealth in this pandemic that we're in right now and how to do so. We'll be talking about some very important topics. So please come with your questions, right? Come ready to discuss. We will be opening up the floor to the group, to the room for Q&A. So that'll be this Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. Central. We have the flyer all over social media. I'll be posting it tomorrow as well on social media. Text the word generation. Text the word generation to 773-819-5675 to RSVP. Once again, text the word generation to 773-819-5675. Once you text the word, we'll send you the calendar invite with the Zoom link and everything, and make sure we get you registered. All right, very, very powerful event. We usually host an event nowadays just once a month, like bigger events. So something you might want to take advantage of. Shout out to the Badu Tax Services team who are tuned in and listening. I see Jerry, I see Darion, I see Desi. Shout out to the Badu Tax Services team. Always appreciate all your help, your support, and your willingness to create a community of abundance. All right, that is our vision at our firm, Badu Tax Services, and also Badu Enterprises. It is to create a community of abundance. What we're doing right now is we're in a community, right? We're having a discussion and we're talking wealth building. Today, we're talking about how to build infinite wealth, how to create infinite wealth. It's not just about building, but it's about creating. When you're building something, you are, in a sense, you're basically adding something, but when you're creating something that you never really knew existed, it takes more effort to create something than it is to build something. To create it, that means that you are at the forefront. That means that you're really paying attention. So how to create infinite wealth in the cryptocurrency market. So let's talk about this for a second. Let me give you some history, a history lesson on the cryptocurrencies, right? A history lesson on cryptocurrencies. So there's a hot form of currency out there known as digital currency. Digital currency, also known as cryptocurrency, cryptos, digital coins, and also blockchain. Blockchain is essentially the technology that empowers these currencies. These are actual real currencies, just like the dollar, which is a fiat currency. These are real currencies that you can actually exchange, right, to other people. You can buy stuff with the currency. you can sell stuff and get the currency. In our firm, for example, Badu Tax Services, we actually accept Bitcoin as payments for tax services, right? We actually accept payments as, Bitcoin as payments for tax services, right? So we are pretty advanced. We do assist clients. Shout out to Jerry. Jerry, that's on the Badu Tax Services team. Basically, we're in the process of not necessarily developing, but we're basically at the forefront when it comes to cryptos. This includes digital currency. This includes altcoins and NFTs, non-fungible tokens. All right, we have softwares available, one in particular, where we can actually get your tax data from the respective brokerages and make sure that we import the correct data into the tax software. Because when you're trading cryptos, whether you're buying, selling, or exchanging, you have to report that on your tax return, right? So Badu Tax Services is at the forefront of these changes and all the different things that's going on when it comes to cryptocurrencies. When it comes to taxes, cryptos are treated just like stocks, basically. You're treated just like stocks. You buy a stock, you sell it, and you make a profit, you have to pay taxes on it unless you reinvest your profits into income-producing assets, such as, my favorite, rental real estate. All right. When you reinvest your profits into income producing assets, such as rental real estate, that's when you don't pay any taxes. So when you buy and sell a crypto or you exchange a crypto, that creates a taxable event. All right. That creates a taxable event, meaning you either have to pay taxes or you get money back from losing money on the crypto. All right. At a minimum, if you own cryptos, you probably have some sort of reporting requirement on your tax return. So it's something that we need to pay close attention to. Cryptocurrencies, which is a digital asset, are seen as the next evolution of the monetary system. All right. They're seen as the evolution of the monetary system. We have fiat currency, right? And then now we have digital currency. All right, that's the future. So if you're still a cash only business, you're way behind. You are way behind, right? Because we went from cash. I mean, back in the day, they used to barter trades, right? I'll trade you my 2 horses for your 6 cows, right? I'll trade you for your accounting services, for my law services, right? They used to barter. They didn't really have money, cash. Right? Cash was created as a tool to be able to exchange for something valuable. All right. And then they came out with credit cards and they came out with, debit cards and credit cards, basically, right? Online payment platforms, auto pay. And now we're in digital currency. We're in the age of the digital currency. Nowadays, it's actually become extremely popular. So if you don't know about digital currency, I would say you're actually pretty behind. Right? You're very, very behind, actually. But that's why we come to shows and programs like this to learn more. That's why we come to Money Talks every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Central, right here on Facebook and Instagram. So we're in the digital asset, digital currency age. We're beyond fiat currency, right? We're beyond fiat currency. Fiat currency is the dollar. So basically, one thing that I like about cryptocurrencies, or I should say I used to like, was that it was, and I say was because the government has now intervened with the industry. All right. It was a decentralized peer-to-peer platform, but now the government had to stick their nose in it, as I predicted they would. And they're causing a lot of issues. For example, I believe it was a country, I believe it was Afghanistan. Afghanistan or one of those, Middle Eastern countries. Basically, they said that, hey, we're not going to accept, we're not going to allow Bitcoin or cryptocurrency to be traded in our country at all, period. China did the same thing a few months ago. They said, we're not going to allow cryptos in our country. And when that happens, that tends to tank the market, right? It's like, oh, now we can't go into a certain country. So it doesn't really make it peer-to-peer anymore. It makes it like, hey, these governments can determine what countries are actually using this currency. By the way, it's the government, right? The government can tell you what's illegal. The government can say right now, walking out on the street is illegal. The government can do that, right? Because it's the government. They make their own rules. So you do have to play by the rules. You do have to be careful. For example, cannabis is legal in some states, but not all states. So if you get caught with cannabis in certain states, then you could go to jail, right? Shout out to the show Billions, by the way, where Mr. Bobby Axelrod, who is the main character on the show, basically had a marijuana investment and unfortunately turned out to be illegal. And he was caught, right? And was going to go to jail for 15, 20 years or so. But he took a plea deal and he fled the country, right? To Australia, where they have no extradition rules, at least currently, right? They have no extradition rules for criminals that go from the US to Australia. All right. So with that being said, you do have to be very, very careful. And so with this whole cryptocurrency thing, it's no longer really decentralized. It's kind of become centralized because now the government can determine who can trade cryptos, what countries trade it. I mean, they've manipulated the market already. And that's causing crypto prices to actually drop because of the fact that there's a lot of government intervention. All right. So one thing about cryptos, the transaction fees tend to be much lower than traditional banking. Right? So transaction fees are lower, so it's actually cheaper to own cryptos. They're also less susceptible to events like fraud, thanks to cryptographic algorithms, right? Cryptographic algorithms, which basically are how the transactions are read. Now, if someone gets a hold of your crypto wallet, you're kind of screwed, right? You know how banks, when you deposit money into a bank, it's FDIC protected up to $250,000 per account. With cryptos, I don't believe there's such a thing as FDIC protected, right? So if you lose your cryptos, you lose it. There's no real way of getting it back. That's the challenge when it comes to cryptos. But they are more secure by nature because of blockchain technology, which stores data in the blockchain. It's like the cloud, basically, but a more secure environment. It has more encryption data. It's basically everything is end-to-end encrypted with blockchain, and then you can be even more secure by storing more passwords and two-factor authentications on your apps, right? If someone steals your phone or your password or anything like that, then you're pretty much screwed. There's no insurance when it comes to that. All right, by the way, I think whoever creates an insurance company to protect the cryptos will certainly be rewarded tremendously. All right. Transactions are also processed at a much faster speed, much faster rate. So instead of let's say you go and exchange money, right? Let's say you're using Western Union. I know sometimes it comes to you within 30 minutes. But with cryptos, it comes to you right away within a few seconds. It's like Zelle, basically. And I know with some banks, Zelle even gets delayed. All right, but cryptos, it's basically like Zelle. So you do have the ability to store your wallets or you store your assets in a wallet. So there's web wallets that you can store your crypto data, your crypto assets. And essentially, digital currency is a new form of currency that is technology-based. Think of it like sending money via Zelle, but instead in a new currency. Instead of sending $1 to your parent, for example, you now send them Bitcoin, you now send them digital currency, which has a value attached to it that can go up or down, right? And yeah, that's basically how that goes. Now, the most popular cryptocurrency out there right now is called Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the most popular cryptocurrency in the world right now. It was first introduced in 2008 by a Japanese fellow. Bitcoin slowly gained momentum over time and is now worth way more than gold, right? Way more than gold. A Bitcoin is worth more than gold. Last I checked, it was, I believe, around 40,000 per coin, right? Gold is nowhere near 40,000 per coin. As a matter of fact, let me look at the data. As of last week, gold is trading at $1,863.10. $1,863.10 per ounce. All right, Bitcoin's trading at about 40,000 per coin, one coin. All right, so Bitcoin used to be about 10 cents back in the day, right? 10 cents back in the day. It's crept up as high as about $60,000 per one Bitcoin. Imagine if you were invested back in the day into cryptos. All right, just think about that. All right, Me Fancy asked the question, have you heard of Celsius? I've never heard of it. I believe it may be a new cryptos. There's a lot of cryptos coming out nowadays, by the way. A lot of altcoins and NFTs and so much stuff with that. I mean, you really got to get educated and get to know when it comes to these things. And which is why you come to places like this, all right? So Bitcoin, just like gold, can be traded on an exchange, right? On a cryptocurrency exchange, and has a monetary value on it, right? It has an actual dollar amount, $40,000 per coin on it. All right, it used to be worth a few months ago, $60,000 per coin. And back in the day, 10 cents per coin. Bitcoin has escalated in value. Ethereum and Litecoin are some other popular choices. All right, I know you've probably heard of Dogecoin, and you've probably heard of Shiba, right? Shiba, that's the one that has, they have all these types of symbols. And by the way, if you haven't watched the show Startup on Netflix, I believe it's a great show for you to check out to learn more about cryptocurrency and blockchain. Right, Startup is a show on Netflix where basically they were looking to start a new coin. Right, they were looking to start out a new coin on the show. And long story short, they went through a lot of trials and tribulations, to say the least, along the way. But eventually, came up pretty successful. They eventually came up pretty successful. So that's a good show to get deeper on the knowledge about cryptocurrency and how it works exactly, and why it's actually important to be educated, right? So 10 years from now, if you see dollars are not being exchanged anymore, don't be surprised. If you see everybody just on their phone sending Bitcoin to each other, don't be surprised. That's the future. In the future, you won't see a physical dollar anymore, right? It just won't happen. You're going to see digital currency. And they'll probably come out with something even fancier in the future as technology gets even better over time, all right? One thing about Bitcoin or digital currency, it does take a lot of electricity, a whole lot of electricity. So that's one challenge that the world is dealing with right now. It requires a lot of energy and power, right? You're talking these massive coins. You might have heard of the term mining, right? Not just like mining for gold, but actually mining for coins, where you have a bunch of computers in a room talking to each other and trying to capture, right, get the algorithms correct, like Bitcoins, all right? So just something to keep in mind. There is a very finite amount of coins that are out there right now, right? Very finite amount of coins that are out there. And let's just see here. Ethereum and Litecoin are two other popular coins. You can buy things online actually with digital currency. And due to its high security measures and convenience of use, demand is growing extremely rapid for digital currency. Think this is basically an opportunity for you to profit and get into a new space that a lot of people haven't necessarily tapped into yet. All right, this is an opportunity to get into it. All right, let's see. Wealthy Minds Think Alike says to store my coins on a cold wallet. All right, that tends to be a good idea, right? To store your coins in a cold wallet. All right. And so let's continue here. Yeah, so me personally, I got into the Bitcoin and the whole wave about, 2015. 2015 was when I got into the crypto space. And man, I was very skeptical at first when I heard of it. But, you know, they say, fool me once, right? Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. I was not about to get fooled twice. And so with that being said, I just went out like, you know, I'm like, hey, what do I really have to lose by throwing $20 into a coin? What do I have to lose by throwing $20 into a coin? At the time, it was Ethereum, right? Ether. Ether was $20. I said, what do I have to lose by throwing $20? Let's just say Ether right now is worth about $3,000. All right, at least last I checked, $3,000. So $20 in exchange for $3,000. They say always be very, very careful with a man who has not much to lose but a lot to gain. Right? So think about that. Like if you don't have much to lose to begin with, $20, right? I mean, that can barely get you 3-4 gallons of gas nowadays. That can barely get you a meal on Grubhub and Uber Eats. $20. Can you imagine? You took $20 and put it into a coin. Right? Or let's talk about back then when Bitcoin was worth 10 cents. You took $20, a measly $20 bill. We're talking on '08, by the way. A measly $20 bill. You threw it into Bitcoin. Now it's worth $40,000 a coin. Think about how wealthy you would be at this point. So when someone comes to you with an opportunity, first of all, learn about it, educate yourself, make sure that they are a credible individual. And if you don't have much to lose to begin with, the money that you're investing, like throw something in it. $20, $50, $100. Throw something in it because you don't have much to lose, but you have a lot to gain by investing $100 into something. You don't have much to lose, but a lot to gain, right? So we do have to get rid of our skeptical mentality where we think everything is a scam and, oh, this and that. $20, right? We're not talking a heavy amount of money, $20. That $20 can barely do anything for anybody right now, right? $20 or $100. Just imagine what you can do. Shiba, you can get it for less than 1 penny, 1 cent, right? And yeah, Ripple, wealthy minds think alike. Ripple, XRP. I mean, it was worth pennies on a dollar, still worth pennies on a dollar. And I think Ripple will go to the moon even more. Ripple right now you can't even buy because they're going through a lawsuit. You can't even buy Ripple right now because of the lawsuit. But as soon as the lawsuit ends, right, Ripple might go through the moon. I'm holding on to Ripple with dear life. And it only took a few bucks, $20, $10, $100. That's all we're talking here. We're not talking thousands of dollars. Of course, you could, if you have that much to lose, then go ahead and throw $1,000. But we're talking $10, $20, $100 into cryptocurrency. So am I saying put your money blindly into these coins? Absolutely not. Do your research. Spend some time. Spend an hour. Spend 2 hours doing some research. But don't get caught up in analysis paralysis where you're so stuck and caught up on the research that you don't actually pull the trigger. Put something in there, right? Put something in there. One of the biggest regrets of man is not taking enough risk, right? Not taking enough risk. So with that being said, always, 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 always do your research. When you hear information like this, do your research. When you hear information like this, always do your research, right? But make sure that you pull the trigger within 72 hours. Within 72 hours, pull the trigger. Throw something in there. As a matter of fact, Coinbase, which is one of the platforms out there where you can buy the Bitcoin and all these other coins, by throwing in, I believe, $100, they give you an extra $10. A 10% return on your money within a few seconds. It's very hard to actually find a stock that can pay you consistent 10% return every year. All right. So Wealthy Minds Think Alike says, what other coins would you suggest? I mean, for me, I like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. right? I love Ripple. I love Ripple. Let me see. I'm not a big believer of Dogecoin and Shiba, but I think they can be great. So I would stick to the popular ones, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Now, should you throw maybe $1 into Shiba, which is worth less than a penny? Like, what do you really have to lose by throwing $1 into an investment? Right? Bitcoin, I just told you guys, Bitcoin was worth 10 cents back in the day. But a lot of people were skeptical. They didn't even want to throw $1 into it. $1. Think about how much Bitcoin is worth today. $40,000 a coin. It will keep going up, right? A year from now, Bitcoin will be higher than what it is right now. It's guaranteed to happen. There's no way it's not going to happen. A year from now, Ether is going to go higher. It just has to. The stock market will be higher a year from what it is today. It has to, right? Inflation, people are buying stuff, people are making money. So these things will go up. They will continue going up in value. So you want to get in ASAP, right? You want to get in ASAP. All right. So let's continue here. You can buy these coins on sites like Bitcoin. I'm sorry. Basically like Coinbase. Coinbase is one. You can buy coins on Coinbase. And then you can buy one. There's other sites that you can essentially buy. And on the Super Bowl, you probably saw some commercials for Bitcoin, right? And, digital currencies, basically. So you can buy places like Coinbase. I tend to like Coinbase, just because it's pretty easy to use and it's not a whole lot of like hassle. You can even buy it on sites like Robinhood. You can basically buy it, even Cash App. Cash App, you can even buy Bitcoin on there. You're allowed to buy partial coins, so you don't need $40,000 to buy into Bitcoin, right? You just need maybe $10, $100. You can buy partial coins essentially. And Ethereum is known to have better technology than Bitcoin, right? And just may surpass Bitcoin in the future in terms of value one day. The reason why Bitcoin is so high is because it's so popular. Everybody knows Bitcoin. All right. By the way, crypto.com is another site that you can buy cryptocurrencies. All right. Let's see here. Overall, you can make money by buying, accepting payments, and also mining the coins. Remember, you can literally set up computers in a room where they're talking to each other and you're basically mining. There's a process called mining the coins. You can actually mine the coins, right? So that's something that you could do, or you can just like stocks, just buy and sell and make your money that way. You need a ton of technology to successfully mine. That is something to keep in mind. Or you can pay a company to actually mine on your behalf that has the technological capabilities. You tend to make more money by doing that, but there's also more risk. Usually when there's higher reward, there's higher risk. So always something to keep in mind. Although these assets are highly risky, you certainly should not miss out on an opportunity. $100, $10, $20, right? You don't want to miss out on an opportunity. Digital currency may just become the most popular currency of all time and certainly will become more widely accepted as a legitimate payment form in the near future, right? Apple, for example, accepts digital currency. Soon, people will be paying each other with nothing but digital currency, cryptocurrency. The world is changing more than we know it, and technology is taking over. And I really, really hope you get in the know, right? I really, really hope you take advantage of these opportunities. Don't let them just pass by you, right? Don't let them pass by you. At a bare minimum, do research. Like, care a little, care a little and say, hey, I want to spend just 10 minutes of my time going on Google and doing some research about cryptocurrencies. I'm just going to spend 5 minutes of my time just doing more research, learning about NFTs. It was a Saturday, for example, and I was literally in bed watching a webinar on NFTs, learn about NFTs. All it took was 30 minutes, and I felt like I knew more about NFTs than anybody that I knew in my circle. All right, I kept asking, hey, NFTs, these NFTs, let's talk about it. Until I found a webinar that explained everything in 30 minutes. I took notes, I referred back to the notes, I did more research, and we're thinking about turning some of our products and services into NFTs one day. Who knows? All right, NFTs are non-fungible tokens. And basically, it's like, imagine getting season tickets to Bulls games forever, right? Because you have a token, right? You have a token. And with that being said, that entitles you to go to Bulls games forever. This token becomes valuable over time, and you can sell it for more money in the future. You bought it for maybe $10,000 for lifetime Bulls tickets. Well, certainly somebody's going to pay you more than $10,000 3 years from now for that token. They're probably going to pay you $50,000 for that token, right? So that's how you make money off NFTs, the increase in value, right? I believe you may be able to lend, you may be able to do some lending on your NFTs, maybe lend it out to people from time to time, right? So this is the wave, right? This is the wave. Nike has already gotten into the NFT space by saying, hey, we'll give you certain Nikes when they come out if you have this token. Right? When they first come out, the new fresh J's, we'll give you the latest J's. We'll send them right to your mail, right to your mailbox if you buy this $10,000 token. One-time investment, and we'll send you all the new J's that ever come out. All right? Now, of course, you can take those new J's and sell it, or you can sell your token to somebody else. I probably will hold on to that token with dear life and never get rid of it because J's, right, are very, very popular. And people like them, right? People want to buy them. And so if you have a token for some J's, then that's valuable. Even if you don't wear them. I mean, that's valuable. I would love, or maybe you were gifted an NFT because you spoke at an event. Maybe you spoke for Nike and they handed you a token as a gift. I would hold on to that with dear life. All right, so digital currency, digital assets are the wave. Right? Just like you heard about marijuana being legalized, just like you're hearing about COVID-19 vaccines, just like you're hearing about, driverless cars or self-driving cars, and you are ultimately hearing about, even flying cars, right? Flying cars are the wave, basically. Flying cars are the wave. All right. So with that being said, my advice to you today is really pay attention when you hear this stuff because it's real, right? It's real. This is not fake news. This is not like made up stuff. This is actually going on. Do not miss out on an opportunity. When someone tells you about a great opportunity and you've verified the source, key thing, you've verified the source. You've talked to other people. You've done your research. Then just jump, right? What do you have to lose? Remember, one of a man or woman's biggest regrets in life is not taking enough risk, right? One of the top 3 regrets of any man or woman on this planet is not taking enough risk, right? They wish they could go back in time and take more risk on certain things. They wish they would have pulled the trigger on Bitcoin 6 years ago when it was at like less than $1,000 per coin. They wish. The thing you cannot do on this planet is turn back time. What you can do, though, is use the information you know today to make better decisions for you today and tomorrow and moving forward. So the next time someone comes to you with an opportunity, jump on it right away. Do your research, jump on it. Right? Don't get caught up in analysis paralysis. What do you really have to lose? What do you really have to lose by investing $20 into something, right? $20. Remember, that can barely get you 3 gallons of gas, maybe 4, right? Maybe 4 gallons of gas nowadays. So you really want to pay attention when you hear information. And overall, you want to make sure that you're doing things in the right and a smart way. So with that being said, let's just cut it short there. Hopefully you gained some knowledge, some value from this information. You just tuned into the show Money Talks, where all we talk is money. We're streaming live today from the office. And with that being said, we'll be here every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Central. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Jeff Badu, and I look forward to continuously and consistently delivering you all some content. Thank you.